Hello everyone, Mike Heck back with the hyperactive hypercube. I think that's what I'm going to settle on because mega hypercube not sure of. Hyperactive hypercube build blog. Today I got a couple pieces. I've got a solid state relay, which will be what turns on and off my heat bed. My heat bed is now going to be 110 volt heat bed rather than one that runs off a 12 volt, which hopefully means that it will be able to maintain heat better and over a larger surface rather than what the current 12 volt heat beds are able to do. The other thing that I did was I looked at the heat bed that I was able to procure off of Amazon. It's actually a 400 by 400 millimeter heat bed, which is cool because the print area is somewhere around 330 by 330. Problem is that I did not plan for that in my initial creation of the hypercube. So this was the width of the original print bed, along with an additional 20 millimeters on each side for the pieces that were printed or that were there. Now, in order to actually handle that 400 millimeter width heat pad, I need to have it that big. So I needed to add a good amount of space. The problem that that has posed is that it is 339 millimeters between hole number 1 and hole number 2, and hole number 2 and hole number 3 and hole number 3 and 4, etc. So that leaves me with a little bit of a problem. Either I would need to buy a couple more aluminum extrusions and lengthen this piece so that I can move the entire bed out a little bit, or I have to try to solve that somehow. Right now I'm working on a solution, and it's going to be this. I'm going to stand the pieces off of the print bed slightly that will support the actual aluminum bed that has the heat pad on it. What I hope this will do is allow me to make use of the full area. I'm still unsure of it. I think I may end up having to buy some more of this extruded aluminum, but I'm trying not to. I am trying to make this work because I simply don't want to pay the additional money for another 2 pieces of the aluminum, because I need it to be 400 millimeters in length, which is 200 millimeters less than this, right? And these are all 600 millimeter extrusions. So I only have one left, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to join the 2 that I've cut to make one, which I'm sure I could if I either printed a solution and, you know, hobbled it together or something, so I could have one that was 2 pieces and one that was a single piece. That's something I might end up doing, but I'm trying not to do that. My hope is that I can make it work as is without doing much more for cutting and hacksawing apart. If I have to, I'll definitely post about it. But right now, this is where we're at. I'm currently printing because the resin printer worked pretty well in 4 parts, but I got the pieces for the BL Touch on my initial extruder printer, and so I am now printing the actual piece that will hold the display. The display and the controller board should be here tomorrow. Which means that by this weekend I'm going to try to have the actual aluminum piece cut out and drill the holes for the actual heat bed to line it. But I'm afraid that if I do go to 400 millimeter or a little bit longer than 400 millimeter lengths of extruded aluminum, I won't actually fit within my enclosure anymore, which would mean that I would have to buy additional material for creating the enclosure a little bit larger. But again, I'm doing what I can right now to try to piece it all out, and hopefully I'll get it to work. I'll let y'all know what I come up with in my next build blog. But with that, I am back up in printing on my Mono Price Maker Select Wanaho 3P clone, and I'm still printing on the Elegoo Mars. That thing's a workhorse. If you ever want to get into resin printing, I can't say enough about it. I mean, it's not going to print large pieces, but it prints extremely detailed, fine, small pieces. I do 3D printed miniatures. This is a dude I designed for a 3D or for a D&D game that I'm playing. That's my barbarian. So I've custom done those. I've done a couple prints off of Hero Forge, and they turn out fantastic on the resin printer. The only thing that you have to do is you got to prime them and then paint them. So I'm one of those people that have just like 20 to 80 to 200 or so unprinted D&D minis that I have to get back to. But other than that, that's about it for today. So remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will talk with you later.